Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to start the next lecture. I think it is lecture 5. In the previous class we discussed about international and domestic business, comparison of international and domestic business. We discussed about domestic business, then we discussed about environment in domestic business, that one is national business and one is local business, the two types of domestic business. Then we discussed about international business, and then we discussed about the environments at international level: domestic environment, foreign environment, and global environment. Then after that, we discussed about growth in international business. That international business is expanding rapidly, and we study this, that the number of parent companies and the subsidiaries. We discussed about the parent company and we discussed about the subsidiary, that it is increasing from 45,000 in 1995, it goes to 70,000 in 2004, and their subsidiaries in 1995, it goes from 280,000 to 690,000. Check out the sale, from 7 trillion in 1995, in 2004 it is going to 19 trillion dollars. So it is showing us the growth of international business. It shows the growth of international business internationally. Then we discussed that one reason was that international firms are expanding number of international firms, the number of firms internationally, it is expanding. Then we discussed about emergence of global institutions, that global institutions are developed, and these global institutions are helping to promote international business. Then we discussed about globalization. We will discuss it inshallah at the end of this lecture. Then we discussed about international trade, that one reason is international trade, that is the demand, the population is increasing in different countries and their demands are increasing, so countries, to satisfy the needs of people, they are taking help from other countries, they are importing products, and sometimes they are exporting products. Foreign direct investment, we will discuss it in detail. I'm not going to discuss it in detail now because it is coming. The emergence of global institutions. Institutions are needed. Why you need institutions? Why there is a higher education commission in your country? They will manage, they will regulate, and they will police. Police means look after. They will look after the global marketplace. Just like HEC in your country, in Afghanistan, they are managing the education system, they are regulating the education system, and they are policing the education system. Means they are just like a police. If someone is doing wrong, then what are they doing? They are going to cancel their license and these things. So international institutions are also needed. For which purpose? To manage international business, to regulate international business, and to police the international business, and to police the global marketplace. The whole marketplace all over the world, the marketplace all over the world is called global marketplace. So they will look after that global marketplace. Promote the establishment of multinational treaties. Now, if there are some international agreements among different countries, or between two countries, or maybe between 5-6 countries, then these international institutions will be there to police, to look after. So see, one country, second country, there is a third country, and in between there is that international institution, that is WTO, World Bank and International Court of Justice. Then they are, if there is some case, if there is some dispute, so they are solving these disputes. So different countries, among these different countries, then there are these institutions who are creating, who are just like you can say a middleman for creating multinational treaties. Multinational treaties means international, you can say agreements between countries to govern the global business system. And maybe these treaties are in all the countries of the world. There will be some agreements for international business. So these global institutions, they are there for this purpose, that is promote the establishment of multinational treaties, that is the agreements among all the countries of the world. They are governing these multinational treaties. They are developing and then they are monitoring these multinational treaties among the countries. Following are the global institutions created over the past century. General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT. World Trade Organization, GATT is now World Trade Organization. The name is changed. It becomes now World Trade Organization. In the chapter 4, we will discuss these global institutions in detail. International Monetary Fund, IMF, you know about the name, World Bank, and United Nations, UN shortly. So these are the global institutions, and these global institutions, they are managing, they are regulating, and they are policing the global marketplace, and they are establishing multinational treaties to govern the global business system. For smoothly running the business all over the world, they are helping in the establishment of multinational treaties. Why firms enter into foreign markets? So there are different reasons. The first one is market creation. How? Take an example. Now suppose this is a company who is working inside this country. Suppose this is Afghanistan. Now, this company, their products are good, their quality is good, their each and everything is good. Now, what will they do? They are a leader in this market. In the market of Afghanistan, they are leaders. They are market leader. Now what will they do? They will search some new markets for their products. Their product is already available in the whole country. So new market will be when they will cross the borders. They are crossing the borders They are entering a new country, and this new country will be their new market. So here he's telling you that new market creation, that countries, that companies, they enter into foreign markets to create new markets for their products. So they are creating new markets. So in this new market there will be what? New customers, demand will be high. When demand is high, so their benefits will be high. Another reason, one was creation of market. But the main thing is why they are creating new market. They are creating new market to obtain greater profits. They are creating new markets to get high profits, to increase their profits in the foreign market. So in greater profits, one is greater revenue. Their revenues will increase, their sales will increase, and the second thing is lower cost of goods sold. Their cost of goods sold, it will come down. What is the reason that their cost of goods sold will come down? Keep in mind, you studied in cost accounting that when you are producing something in big quantity, previously you were producing 10 products, so your cost was 100. Suppose, take an example. But when you will produce 100 units, your cost will come down to maybe 95, maybe 90. I'm telling you, if you will produce something in less quantity, your cost will be high. Previously we were producing 10 units. So our unit cost, it was $100. Now we are producing 1000 units or 100 units. Now our cost, suppose it is 100. So now, because your production is increased, your cost will come down. So your cost is now $90. So when you will export goods to foreign countries, you will produce it in big quantity. When you will produce products in big quantity, your cost of goods sold, it will come down. From $100, it comes down to $90. So here he is talking about this thing, lower cost of goods sold, because when you will produce a product in big quantity, your cost of goods sold, it will come down. We call it economies of scale. Economies of scale, producing something in big quantity and your cost of goods sold, it comes down. Higher overseas profit as an investment motive. We are investing in foreign country because here the competition is stiff. More competitors here in Afghanistan. And keep in mind, when competition is more or competition is high, sorry, it's taking time, but if competition is high, profit margin, it will come down. Profit will be low. So if competition is high, profit will be low. So what is company doing? That they are finding markets in which the profit margin is high. In this market, the profit margin is high. Just a minute, there is a call. So then I will come back. Okay, so in this country the profit margin is high. So that's why companies our company is going to this country. Why? The profit margin is high. Here the competition was high, more competitors. Suppose our profit margin in one product, it was suppose 2 Afghanis. Because of high competition. But here in this country, the number of competitors is less. So because of this thing, our profit margin, it was 3.5. So that's why we are starting our business in this country as well. So, higher overseas profits as an investment motive. That is, in the foreign country, the profit margins are high. So that is our investment motive. Test market. That is, sometimes companies, they want to test their products, or they want to test the new market, that our product, it will you can say it will satisfy the needs of that new market or not. So opportunity to make changes to market mix means they will sell their product in a new market. Product, promotion, price, and channel of distribution. You know about marketing mix. So opportunity to make changes to market mix means maybe they will introduce a new product, or they will enter into a new market. In this way, their marketing mix, it will be changed. So in this way, what will happen? They will test their product in a new market. If the product is successful, so well and good. If not, then what will they do? Drop the entire venture if needed. They will drop the whole venture if the product fails. So test market means introducing a new product in the existing market, or introducing an existing product in a new market. So in foreign markets, when firms enter foreign markets, they are introducing the same product in a new market. So in this way, they are changing what? They are creating opportunity to make changes to marketing mix. If the product fails, then what will they do? They will finish the entire venture. Then the next thing, it is globalization. What is globalization? So far, it has no widely accepted and definite definition, as definition continues to broaden. This definition, this globalization, it has lots of definitions. Why? Because this word globalization, its definition is expanding. Its meaning is becoming broad and broad. So because of this thing, it has no universally accepted definition or widely accepted definition. Different subjects, for example, social sciences discuss the political, social, environmental, geographical, and cultural implications of this term. Means social sciences, they define it because society, in terms of society, that is the political, the social, the environmental, the geographical, and cultural factors, of this term. Means the social sciences, they define it in their own way. Same is the case while others speak of technological globalization. Basically, the most important thing in globalization is what is technology. So some people, they talk about technological globalization. So one is social science definition, one is technological globalization. However, most common definition and the one used in international business is that of economic globalization. But we are talking about what? We will talk about economic globalization, and it is the most common definition. That what is this? It means dealing the entire world as one marketer economy. Now what does it mean? Dealing the entire world as one marketer economy. That is, we are dealing the entire world, we are considering the entire world as one market. What does it mean? Keep in mind, previously, before 1900, this is Afghanistan, and if you want to go to USA, it will take months to go from Afghanistan to USA. You will use horses, donkeys, camels. So it was very difficult. People who want to export their goods from Afghanistan to USA, in 6 months they were going to USA. It was impossible to sell goods on credit. Why? If they will sell goods on credit, what will happen? They will go today, they will move back to Afghanistan. Now, again for taking money, they will go back to USA. Oh, it was a big issue. But nowadays, these distances are removed. Why? Because of the technology. These are different countries. Suppose one country is this, one country is this. Suppose this is the whole world. So because of technology, this whole world becomes a small village. We call it global village. What? Global village. Global village. Now, how it is possible? Within hours, in jet aeroplanes, you can move from Afghanistan to USA within hours. Previously, the distance of months, it comes to hours. So within hours, you can move from Afghanistan to USA, and you can come back from USA to Afghanistan. And the payment systems nowadays, you know about Western Union, you know about SWIFT, you know about the banking system, the development in the banking system all over the world. So this thing makes international trade very easy. The import and export becomes very easy. Within hours, you can move from one place to the other place. Previously, it was impossible to take fruits from Afghanistan to USA because it will take months. So in months, the fruits, these are perishable goods, so it will be destroyed. But now, within hours, you can move from Afghanistan to USA, so you can take these things from one country to the other country. You can move from this here to here, you can move from Afghanistan to this country, you can move from Afghanistan to this country, so the world trade, it is very easy. So for a single country, this whole world is a small village. And this concept, this is called globalization. This is called what? Globalization. So what is globalization? It means dealing the entire world as one market economy. That is, the whole world, it becomes a market, a single market. Now, previously, in one country, companies were competing with each other. Nowadays, countries, they are competing in the international market, because this whole market is a single market. So those countries whose products are good, whose quality is good, whose prices are less, so they will be successful in this global marketplace or this globalization. So you can take one example of globalization, a big example of globalization, that is European Union. In that European Union, I think there are 28 to 29 countries. You can move from one country to the other country without any restriction, no visa, no passport, and if you want to sell your products in that country, there will be no tax, import tax and export tax. There will be no import and export tax. So that is a good example of globalization, that these 29 countries, it is what? It is a global market for all these 29 countries' companies. The companies of these 29 countries, for them, these 29 countries, it is a global village. It is what? It is a one market. It is one economy, simply. So we call this as globalization. I think for today it is enough. So inshallah, in the next class, then we will go in detail of this thing. Okay, have a good time.